Today we are suited and booted, and we have the chance to go and complete the French treble.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here with Saint-Etienne. Today we are suited and booted, and we have the chance to go and complete the French treble. What a day it's going to be. We've already won one of those trophies, as you will remember, absolutely flying at the top of Ligue on 25 points clear. Some of these other teams have just been absolutely woeful. 6-7 points for Lyon at the moment. Last year we got to 82, and then it was 71 below us seasons before that. It's not that much of a respectable tally for second place, and we have just absolutely flown ahead, as you can see. Today we have our final league game. Is away from home. Then we go in the French Cup final against Nice, and then it's the Champions League final. The Signal Iduna Park will host us, and Barcelona for a massive game, and hopefully we come away with the Champions League trophy. We felt like we could do it, and if we do, this team, the team that has defined the odds for all these seasons, has become such an incredible team. We will be European champions should that happen. But whatever happens, we've picked up one trophy, a massive trophy in the league title. I hope we can pick up that French Cup and go 2 seasons in a row where we've completed a double. What an achievement that would be. We'll have to go and see what goes on. Let's get straight into it. The first game of the day, a bit of a preview of what's coming up in those finals. It's against Havre in the league. So the team for this game against Havre is a few rotated players, but we should be good to go. It starts with Treguer in goal, backline Agbenifo, Zajac, Liddell, Barber, Jaworski, Campo, Nuhard in the middle, Mange on the left, Garcia on the right, and Julio Napa up top. Kick off here in this game against Havre. I believe they are bottom of the table if I'm not mistaken, but who knows. Campo is in behind here early on, and that will be the first chance of the game. Let's go and have a look. They're not actually, they're in 16th, and they are fighting to not be in this playoff to get relegated. So obviously a big game for them. It's an interesting game for us. I hope we can get the win. I don't see why we can't. Obviously Julio Napa will be ending his season, and he is looking to get 2 goals to beat his tally of last year of 36 goals. We did have to rest him for quite a few games, but he's good to go now, and try to end off the season in good fashion. Since last time out, we had that one game I think you might have seen against Valenciennes, where we did get a win against them. It was a good performance, and ultimately that is why we are on 92 points going into this game, and by the end of it we could be on 95 points, which is just ridiculous and very, very impressive stuff from this team. But we've built a young team. They've developed into real good players. Some of these boys have been here so many seasons now. You know, Rock Barber 5 seasons, Liddell 6 seasons, or 5.5 seasons it will be for him. Agbenifo 4 seasons now, is it? He's done, yeah, as you can see there, 3.5 seasons he's done. Jaworski 4 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so many of these boys came as young players, developed into the great players that they are now, and ultimately that's why they are league champions. Here is Mange. He gets a goal to make it 1-0 here against Havre, and hopefully that's the first of many goals we will need today. This is only the start. We've gone suited and booted the first time as part of Borderline Glory. You will remember this was something we used to do. We even got a new suit these days. It's looking pretty fresh, but you know, we've got to get suited and booted for such an occasion. It's going to be a massive game coming up against Nice. Nice are second in the table. They've actually moved there for the first time all season, and then we play against Barcelona, which is going to be a real tough game, but there's no reason why we can't go and win it if we go and put on the displays we have been in the Champions League, particularly that PSG game, that massive result we picked up in the first leg, the 5-2 win, and then it was a tight 1-0 loss in the other game, but that was enough to get us through. Here is Garcia, squares it, Napa is there, it's 2-0, he's up to 35 for the season. This guy could have touched 40 goals this season if it wasn't for having to be rested, but he has had to miss a few games. He's just done a carbon copy of his last season, and take a look at these numbers. He's going to go up to 35 goals now and match what he was able to do last season. 70 league goals in 2 seasons. Absolutely ridiculous numbers. Will it say the games that he misses? Yeah, as you can see here, he had to miss this one against Auxerre. He's played this one. Was that an international game? Yeah, he went on an international duty. I didn't realise he actually been, but that's fair enough, to be honest. With Italy, did he get a few goals? He got a goal in that game there, and 2 goals actually in that game, which is very impressive stuff from him. He's in behind here again. Let's have a look. It's Mind squares it back post. Garcia with the header to find Napper. It's just over the bar. He's looking to go and beat that tally. He's very unfortunate to not go and do it there after 30 minutes. 95 points on the board, 26 points ahead of PSG, and now move back into second. It looks like at a minimum we will be 25 points clear. Only 1 loss all season. It was that 4-0 loss to Lyon, and then I believe only like 2 draws or 3 draws, which is just ridiculous, and it's a credit to this team that we are managing and have built. As you can see there, as it stands, 31 points, 31 wins, which is a ridiculous number, but very deserved of such a tally. We've built a very good project here, almost too good, and now it looks like we are a few games away from winning the Champions League. Here is Julio Napper. Where can he go? He finds a new hard, lovely shot. He's unlucky to not put that away. They actually have a player, I don't know if he's, where is he on that left hand side there? It's not, maybe the striker for Havre, what's his name, Girardiu. We actually signed him and then flipped him over for a bit of profit. That's what it was all about initially, just making that profit, bringing in players, letting them go when we're free. You remember David Smith, Bayern Munich player these days. He's developed into quite the player. And now, when he was formerly of us, we sold him for like 60 million, which was just a ridiculous number to go and sell a player for when we signed him as a free agent. So we can't complain about that too much. And ultimately, transfers like that is what has got us to the position we are in today, and that's why we are league champions. Hopefully, we will have a trophy lift by the end of this. I don't see why we wouldn't. We didn't have one in the game where we did win the league, and I don't see why they would do it. They would always do it at the end of the season. But I guess we'll have to find out. I guess it's always going to be a special place in Havre to always come back to, considering we will lift the trophy in this game, hoping so, unless we've been completely effed. Here is Havre on the ball. The header gets out. It's going to go to the edge of the area. Havre still have stuff to play for here in this game. Obviously don't want to be in that playoff with the League 2 team that will be attempting to come up, which is always a game that happens in this league and happens across many in Europe. The teams relegated Auxerre and Strasbourg. Strasbourg really struggling to gain some stability back in League 1, got promoted this season and came up, and now have just completely struggled, as you can see there. What's the other bits of the table saying? Metz quite low down, not typical of them to be that far down. Lille down in 12th place there, as you can see. Champions League team not doing too well. Lens down in 8th, usually a little bit higher. I think they were one of the teams competing for the title last season, so that's interesting to see. We're going to make a few changes. We're going to bring Olafsson on there. We're going to bring Idrissa Silva in to the middle. We'll go and bring him on for new hard. I also want to bring Jagu in. Some of the boys who didn't play the last game because we were resting them. I'll go and bring Zajak off there, and then finally we'll bring Garcia as well. Luis did play the last game, so we'll bring Garcia onto that left hand side to go and see what he can do. Mind, he's already got a goal for himself in this game. He's done alright, not had as many starts as he would have wanted to, but still managed to get some numbers going, and he is still a very good player in this team. 85 minutes gone, the ball floating around. Josh Liddell clears with that header, but it only goes as far as a Havre player. The shot, will it go in? Is it going to be a penalty? It is. I mean, I don't know how. It looks like Campoy has just added the tiniest bit of contact. It may have been contact on the ball even, but who knows. The penalty is given after 85 minutes, and it is going to be another draw if this goal goes in, unless we can go and find a late winner. Unless as well Triguero can come up with the heroics. Triguero, what a player he is. He's been here for quite a few seasons now. Let's go and have a look how many it is, if we can get it done in time. Does he make the save? He doesn't in the end, and it is 2-2 after 85 minutes. Triguero, how many seasons have you been in, my friend? It is 4 seasons. This season he will have played 31 games out of 34. These 2 seasons he's played every single game, which is very impressive stuff, and he has been another one of those players who's been here and just developed into a very good player. Let's go and see if we can get a winner. Can Napper go and break his record in modern Ligue 1 history, the most goals ever in the season, I believe. Let's go and have a look. Garcia finds Agbenifo down this left-hand side. What a ball that is to pick out Campoy. He squares it, and it's Napa who scores. It was never in doubt. 2 minutes after that penalty for Havre, we've gone and got the goal to make it 3-2. It's going to be a special final day. We're going to end on 95 points, and Julio Napa is going to end on 36 league goals in 31 games, or 32 games, I believe. What a season it's been. 25 points clear at the top of the table. We are deserved league champions, and the full-time whistle is going to go. Are we going to get a trophy lift? We don't get a trophy lift. How frustrating is that? Because it didn't happen in the other one. I guess it's got a bit confused, but just know that League 1 trophy is now in our hands. And just before we get into this cup final against Nice, I've pulled out the Saint-Etienne badge, as you can see there. Forgot to pull out this piece. It's going to go fresh on the suit and hopefully brings us a bit of good luck. We're ready for this final. It starts with Triguera in goal, backhand of Agbenifo, Juanma, Ledao, Barber, Jaworski, Blasquez, Newhard in the middle, Garcia on the left, Luis on the right, and Julio Napa up top. Kick-off here in this game against Nice, Coupe de France final, a trophy we are familiar with now at this point, and we are looking to go and win it once again. It's going to be a tough game, obviously on this neutral ground, Stade de France, but hopefully we're going to come away with the result. We've got the badge on the tie. Hopefully that's going to bring us some good luck. A nice little niche piece that I've got there, and hopefully it's going to bring us that luck that we're on about. Might not need much luck because we are in flying form, not lost many games this season. Hopefully this is not one of them either. We've had a very good French Cup campaign. We had a tough game in the semi-final against Le Mans FC, a 1-0 win with a Julio Napa goal. Julio Napa is struggling a bit with all the minutes that he has played, so we'll need a big rest for him before the Champions League. Finals up to 65 goals, as you can see there, 14 in the Champions League, 36 in the League, and 15 goals in 5 games in the French Cup. That's where quite a few of his goals have come. He did score 7 in one game at the earlier stages, which was just ridiculous. You kind of look around here, the only competition he didn't score in was the Trophy des Champions, but who cares about that? We could have done a quadruple if we won that, but I feel like a treble just seems that something seems a little bit better about it, to be honest. And that Trophy des Champions is not even a real trophy anyway. Why would we even set that up? You know what I mean? We have to win all these trophies by beating PSG, the team who we did beat in that or the team who did play in that final, I should say. It's just a bit pointless really, but who knows? After 45 minutes in this game, the one chance by the looks of it, that was a Nice chance, is the only thing to separate these two teams. It's been a very, very slow game, not the entertainment factor we were expecting from it, but hopefully it is going to go and be a bit more of an entertaining second half. Here is Garcia on the ball. He's going to go down the line, finds Agbenifo. What can he do with this one? He's going to go and have it dispossessed from him. We need to be a little bit careful here. Obviously we don't get caught out by the Nice team. I guess the pressure is on us because we know what's on stake and on the line, but we just have to play the football that we have been all season, and we know we can get over the line if we go and do that. After 50 minutes here, Julio Napa really struggling with that energy. We'll have to take him off training a little bit, as if we haven't done already. We've had to be really careful with his minutes and resting him, but I think he's doing a bit better ultimately than he was quite a little bit ago when he was getting rested for quite a few games. As we did see 60 minutes gone, if it is 0-0 after 9 minutes, it would go to penalties, if I'm not mistaken. It definitely would in the earlier stages of the competition. Don't know about the final, so a penalty shootout would not be ideal. However, the good thing is there has actually been a fix to the penalty shootouts in FM now, so even if we did go there, we would be able to see it in its full extent. Here is Nice on the ball though. They find themselves on it in the midfield. They're going to look to work it outright. We're down to that right hand side, progressing through the channels. What can they do with it? The shot will go in, and that's a good save. Triguera to deny the Nice player after 70 minutes. The first big chance for one of these two teams. It looks like on paper we have been the better team, but obviously as it stands, nothing has come for us. We're going to look to make a few changes here. I'm going to bring Agbenifo off, bring Mason, we'll bring Garcia off, bring Minge on there, then a midfield change. We're going to bring Newhard off. I'm going to bring Campoy on into the middle. He's been a bit more reliable this season. Idrissa Silva as kind of the second midfield change, should we need it, is one that makes a little bit more sense, particularly in a game like this. That physical presence, if we do go and get a goal, bring Silva in, he goes and he brings us that physical asset in the midfield, will ultimately go and seal us the win and that Coupe de France trophy that we are looking for. But it is a goal for Nice after 80 minutes. They do go and get it to make it 1-0 here, and we are down in this final. We are 10 minutes away from potentially bottling the treble. It's literally ours. It's ours to take. And ultimately, so far in this game, we have not done that. Can we go and get a quick response? Julio Napa, he's got a bit left in the tank. We need a goal from him, and sooner rather than later. Here's Minge on the ball. He finds Julio Napa. He's there. It looked like he might have been well offside, but if he's not, that goal is going to count. After 2 minutes, once again, we equalised in the game against Havre. Will this goal stand? It does stand as well. Would you believe it? Julio Napa, just when we needed him most, he's gone and got the goal to make it 1-1 here. Can we go and get a winner late on in this French Cup final? What a moment that would be. 2 goals in 2 minutes when we had nothing for 80 of it. It's been a very mixed game. All the emotions have come out, but it looks like it might be a penalty shootout to go and decide the winner of the Coupe de France. Is there one final chance? Let's go and have a look. There's a long ball. It's a poor one from the Dell. It's going to go out to that far side. Who's going to win it? Who will be the one to get the final chance in this Coupe de France final? I can't believe that. Last game, we needed a winner. He's gone and got it. Julio Napa. He could be in here again. Campoy. Luis is advancing. He has the shot. He's hit the crossbar. Would you believe it? That's what is going on here. That is so unlucky. Jose Luis from that range, and he smacked the crossbar. That is that. It says end of 90 minutes, so I do think we are going to extra time. Unless it is penalties, yeah, it is going to be extra time, which is pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I'd rather go to extra time than penalties, to be honest. And that will mean as well, we have only made 3 changes. We will have 3 changes to make across this 30-minute period, and we will go and make those now. Drissa Silva into the middle. I'm also going to bring I'm going to bring Kwanma off, bring Zajak in there, and then we still do have one more. I know we don't actually. Unless we do, I don't know what's going on there. We will just go and make those 2 for now because I'm happy with them. Will we have one more or not? Yeah, we do. I don't know why it's saying 1 out of 5 when we have already made 5, which is an interesting one. Who really knows? That is ridiculous. Napa winning in the last game, equaliser in this one. We are into 100 minutes of this Coupe de France final. It's never going to be easy, but we fought. We are still in this game, and we are looking to go and win it. A penalty shootout would just be amazing. The drama. You know, we would like to win it outright in extra time, but if that's the way we're going to win it, that's the way we're going to win it. We just have to let it happen. Final few moments of this French Cup final, 10 minutes. I don't think there's any real obvious change. Diakite not in the squad today, so I'm not going to bring Napa off necessarily, but I would bring another attacker on by the end of the game. I think that's the most sensible change. Maybe we don't need it because Luis has had the shot. He's hit the crossbar again. Would you believe it? How has he managed to do that twice? It's so unlucky. Jose Luis, as we said, we will go and look to make that final change with an attacker should it go to a penalty shootout, but with the way we are playing, there's no reason why we shouldn't let it. We've still got one more game in store. If you didn't remember, it's the Champions League final. We're still on for this treble here. The ball's into the middle. It goes over Jose Luis. He's on the edge of the area. Where can he go? He finds Rock Barber. Jose Luis. Can he go and square it? He does. Back post. Idrissa Silva is there, and it goes over in the end. What a game this has been. It's completely livened up in the last half an hour. That's crazy. 21 shots, 8 shots on target, 2 XG, but it will be a penalty shootout as it stands that will decide the winner of the Coupe de France. You do feel we have been the far better team in this game, and just got to hope that we go and show it wherever we are asked to do so. Campoy finds Minge. He's advancing. He's got a bit of space. What can he do with it? He's going all the way to the byline. Can he pull it back? He goes and beats his man. He finds Idrissa Silva. It's Napa who's there. He's done it in the 118th minute. 17 up, 17 down, 17 goals for Julio Napa in the Coupe de France, and he scored the winner in the 118th minute. That is just ridiculous. Julio Napa, what a player he is. He's up to however many goals now. The final few moments, can we hold out to go and win another Coupe de France trophy? Let's go and have a look here. We do have let's go and have a look at his numbers. He's up to 6-7 goals now. We finally did it after 2 seasons. Here is Jose Luis, finds Rock Barber. Can the ball be found down the line? It is Jose Luis. Can it be a hat-trick for Julio Napa? He's there! He's got it! That is just ridiculous. Julio Napa has scored a hat-trick in the Coupe de France final. 18 goals in 6 games in this tournament. He should be the Ballon d'Or winner. It's as simple as that. His numbers are absolutely ridiculous. If he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or after we win the Champions League, it's rigged. It's completely rigged. Julio Napa is the best player in the world. He scored an hat-trick here in the Coupe de France final. From 1-0 down, we have won the Coupe de France. 3-1 the scoreline. Saint-Etienne, double champions of the season. We're a game away from completing an historic treble. Look at that beautiful trophy. We have done it. This is absolutely incredible. What a moment this is. We are going to go and lift that trophy. It's going to be, who is it? Rock Barber. He's going to be lifting that trophy by the looks of it. It is. Let's go and let it happen. Rock Barber, the big money signing we made all those seasons ago. He's going to lift that trophy. What a moment this is for us. For all those times, you know, we were struggling with the Saint-Etienne team. We built it up. We always believe it's another Coupe de France trophy in the bag. We are double champions now, back to back. It might be, I think it's back. It's not. I don't think it's back to back to back. Definitely back to back. If I remember correctly, we have won the league alongside that. Complete clean sweep of French football, and it will be the Champions League final to see whether or not we can go and complete an historic treble. And for the final time this season, the game to decide whether or not we complete a treble, the biggest game in European football, the Champions League final up against Barcelona. Your team for it, the team that has been here throughout. It starts with Trigueros in goal, backline of Agbenifo, Juanma, Liddell, Barber, Jaworski, Blazquez, Nuhard in the middle, Garcia on the left, Luis on the right, and Julio Napa up top. It's Saint-Etienne versus Barcelona. It's the Champions League final. There it is, that Champions League ball. Saint-Etienne versus Barcelona. Champions League final. The Signal Iduna Park. What a stadium we have come to today, and we are here to go and win that Champions League trophy. Go one better than this team did all those years ago. Runners up in this competition. League champions, Coupe de France champions, and Champions League champions is the aim after this game. What a result that would be. We've got our work cut out. It's going to be a very tough game against Barcelona. A very competitive one though, and ultimately a great game for the fans. But this super team, Saint-Etienne team, is looking to win the Champions League. What a game we have in store, and we are going to get it underway. I don't want to go to this dynamic mode just yet. We'll go into it in like the last 10 minutes of the game, should we need it, and should it be still very close. Notable players in this team. I'm seeing Lenny Yoro and Kabasi in at centre-back. They're going to have a very tough day with Julio Napa. I guess the only good way you could stop him was with the 3-back. So you have a dedicated player always marking him alongside 2 centre-backs. This pitch, by the way, absolutely beautiful. We have Bergval as well in this team, and of course Lamine Yamal, who is looking like a very, very good player. And we are going to have a tough day with him. There's a ball there into the midfield for Barcelona. They're going to work it out to his right side. Lamine Yamal, the ball in behind, his first chance inside post, and that is going to be that. For that 15 minutes gone. Very bit of a nervy start. We've allowed that ball to go behind, not typical of us, but we win it back. It is Julio Napa on that far side, a very deserving player to be in this Champions League final. This whole team deserving to be in the Champions League final, and ultimately we're looking to come away with that prestigious trophy. What an occasion. The 2 teams looking just great, you know, that classic Barcelona kit, the green and white of Saint-Etienne, and what a team as well to get in a Champions League final like Barcelona. Great place, great club, great history, but we've got to go and one-up them and take away that trophy from them and get up on top of the European throne. Here we are on the ball. It's Josh Liddell, fans Rock Barber down this right hand side. It goes to Jose Luis. Rock Barber and a yellow card early on in this game. Got to be a bit cautious of that. Napa, by the way, managed to get a hat-trick when he was so tired. He's in behind here. Can he get the shot away? Let's have a look. He's in a very tight position, but it's Nuhard who's there. It's 1-0. We've scored in the Champions League final, and Modi Nuhard, our captain, has gone and gotten the goal. What a goal that is. Look look at this. Blasquez over the top, picks out Napa. He could have had the shot from there, but he's been very selfless, and he's gone and got himself an assist in the Champions League final. What a finish that is. It's 1-0, and we are up in this game. What a start that is. That is an incredible goal. 36 minutes, probably the biggest goal in Saint-Etienne history. And the stat Jeffrey Gichard could have a treble winner returning by next season. Let's go and have a look. Ancelotti, I think that's the son of Carlo Ancelotti actually, who's managing Barcelona here in this game. We've gone into half-time 1-0 up in the Champions League. It is now our game to lose should we not go on and win it, but it looks like so far in this game we've just been the better team, and this is very promising stuff. There's no live table, no live score. Take a look at that. Saint-Etienne 1, Barcelona 0, and as it stands we are treble winners. Only the second time on this channel we will have completed a treble, I believe, or the third time actually. We did it in Ukraine, in South Korea, and now in France, and that was with the top competitions as well. Over in Ukraine, that was the Ukrainian Premier League, the Cup, and the Champions League. It was the Asian Champions League, the Korean Cup, and the K1 League with Ulsan, and then here with Saint-Etienne. 65 minutes, we're 25 minutes away from being treble champions, or maybe not, because Barcelona are on the attack. It works out to that right hand side. The shot goes in from range. It's poor effort, but Gavi on the ball. He smacked the crossbar. It's floating around. It's cleared. Blasquez finds Napa, and he gets it to safety. That was very nervy times on the 66-minute mark there, as you can see. Into the 7th minute of this game. We'll go on some extended highlights after this one. What an episode it has been, and it's been just some great football overall. Let's go and get those extended highlights going into the last 15 minutes of this game. Nervy times, but we have become champions ultimately of many different competitions. We have that champion mentality, that champion spirit, that has got to carry us through now to winning this Champions League final. What a moment this would be if we do it. We tick off another trophy as part of Borderline Glory, only taking us a few away from completing the whole challenge. The ball in the penalty area for Barcelona, it would not be an ideal place for them to go and lose it. We're going to look to make some changes whilst Barcelona try and create their own attack, or something of their own attack, or maybe not. Has it been turned over? It's not. It's in the possession of Barcelona player. Jose Luis has gone in pretty rash there. It better not be a red card. Let's have a look. It's probably going to be a yellow. It is going to be a yellow, and we'll look to make some changes here. I'm going to bring do I bring Luis off just to risk him? There's loads of players we could kind of bring on. I'm going to bring Agbedeef off, or Mace there, bring Juanma off, bring Zajak in there. I'm also going to bring Jagu in to midfield. We're going to make all 5. We'll wait on the attacking changes, because I think we're doing alright. Make those 3 changes there to hopefully secure us this win. We're into the last 10 minutes here. Time is ticking over very quickly. 5 minutes we're going to close down into from winning the Champions League, as you can see there. It's Triguero on the ball, suited and booted. You've got to come with the right attire for an occasion like this, because ultimately it's what wins you the final. If you don't come prepared, you don't win. It's as simple as that. Here is Mace, finds Garcia over the top. Julio Napa is in behind, the chance to make it 2, and it's off the defender for Barcelona. Saint-Etienne could have gone 2-0 up in the Champions League final, but we're denied in the end. The goal here for Barcelona would send us to extra time. It's going to be a very, very intense few moments on the extended highlights. Let's go and have a look. The ball in possession of Barcelona down this left hand side. The ball over the top. The shot goes in. Safe hands. Triguero never ever getting past him from that range, and we are getting ever closer to winning this Champions League final. Even if it's a 1-0 win, we will be deserved champions in the end, getting some revenge on Barcelona, a team who we lost to. I want to say this group stage, but I feel like it was 2 years ago. Who knows? Getting revenge anyway, nonetheless. Here is Rock Barber on the ball. What can we do with this one? It goes into the middle. Garcia back post. An unlikely scorer with a header, but there's no reason why he couldn't have from there. Here is Barcelona on the attack down that right hand side. There is a challenge in there, and that is going to be another yellow by the looks like. We need to be real careful here of what we are doing. I'm going to leave Nuhard on. I'm going to bring Idrissa. I'm going to bring Campoy on in actually. We don't really need that physical presence. We probably just need some legs here in this game. And I'm going to bring Garcia off, bring Mange in there as the final changes here in this game. Diakite on the bench. The final few moments of the Champions League final into the last minute. We are 1 minute away from winning the Champions League with this Saint Etienne team. It's a single new hard goal. Our captain, the only player who's been here since the very start. It's just poetic, and this Saint-Etienne super team is deserved of winning this Champions League trophy. The final few moments, it's ticking. What an episode it's been. The real treble documentary, as someone like to say. It's Liddell, it's Zajac on the ball, it finds back to Liddell. Final few moments, 30 seconds left on the clock. Jose Luis, can we get another goal? What a moment it would be if we did get that goal. Rock Barber is advancing, he loses out on that one. It's into the path of Barcelona, and you would think this is their final chance of the game if they do want to go and get it. Down this left hand side, the Barcelona attack is progressing. It's progressing through the left hand side. The ball goes into middle. Lamine Yamal, he's on the ball, he's on the edge of the area. Will he get the shot in? It's over, it's floating. Josh Liddell clears. New hard, finds Napa. Napa could be going all the way. He has the chance to go and get another one here. We stall the play. The final few moments of the Champions League final. It's Campoy. Where can he go? He goes and has the shot. What a save that is from the Barcelona goalkeeper. What a moment that would have been. We still have time here. There's another corner for us. It's Minge. Can he find Josh Liddell? The first big signing we ever made here with Saint-Etienne. Let's go and have a look. Minge, what can he do with this one? It's not going to happen. The full-time whistle goes. We have won the Champions League. Saint-Etienne are Champions League winners, and most importantly, we have done it. We have won the treble with Saint-Etienne. What a moment this is. Look at that beauty of a trophy. We only lost one game in the league. We only lost 3 or 4, I should say, in the Champions League. 5 losses all season. It's Josh Liddell who's going to be lifting the trophy today, and what a moment it's going to be. There you have it. We lift that Champions League trophy. Treble winners, Champions League winners. You just knew we were going to do it. We said from the start we felt like we could do it, and what a moment this is. Look at that team there, all those boys who are there. Diakite's there. We've got all these. It's just an incredible moment. Napa's there, Nuhard is there. 3 golden boots for Napa. I'm sure we'll take a look at that in a second. But Saint-Etienne are Champions League winners and treble winners in the end. So they have it, treble winners. Where do we even start? We've got players in the Champions League dream team. Let's have a look. We've got Julio Napa, the whole back line pretty much. Agbenito snubbed there, which is very unfortunate really. He should really be in that back line. Juan Liddell, Barber, Triguero, or there. Julio Napa, golden boot winner, 14 goals in the Champions League. He still doesn't win player of the season somehow. I don't know how that's not possible. Where else are we looking? Is there any players who've made the best 11? Yeah, there's quite a few there, as you can see. The 2026 side, that's got nothing to do with us particularly because we win here. We win manager of the season. That is nice. 91% win ratio, and we won by quite some margin by the looks of it. 1,186 points is quite the tally. Where do we even start? Do we go and start with the league? We had 31. Let's go and take a look at the stages. 31 wins. We will see when we are allowed to see. Our home record was just 1 loss. That means our away record, we did not lose a single game away from home all season. That is ridiculous. I don't know how we managed to do that. Away from home, they're always tough games. No matter who the team is, it's always going to have that added pressure. But we didn't lose a single one. And we won 15 out of 17. That home record, that 4-0 loss to Lyon. Apart from that, 16 out of 17 wins. That was just incredible. First half of the season, 15-1-1. Second half of the season, 16-1-0, as you can see there. How did we actually do on goal difference? We had 60 goal difference, 84 goals scored, 24 against. That's the best defensive and best scoring record by a long mile in this season. The media, where did they predict us? Did they even predict us top 4? They actually predicted us 3rd. They gave us a bit more respect, and as you can see, we went 1 up on that and did very, very well. Let's go and have a look if any of these boys got into the stats in the end, like the attacking stats and stuff like that. Top goal scorer obviously was Julio Napa, 36 in 33 games. As you can see there, assists, did we have anyone at the top? I did just see, who did I see? Yeah, we didn't have, very unlucky for Jose Luis to not get there, but been quite a few seasons he's been with us. Let's go and have a look at the whole team this season, how they've done. in terms of numbers, the player with the most games played for us this season. Treguera, was it? It was actually Napa. Treguera actually did miss quite a few games, now that I say that, but Napa, 57 games, 68 goals, 8 assists, and one of those coming in the Champions League final. What a moment that was to go on and win that. Other players just getting loads of appearances, even Diakite, 9 appearances over the season. He can be buzzing with that. 68 goals was the leading figure, more than 52 goals compared to Nuhard, who managed to get 16 and 13 assists alongside that. So that's 29 goals and assists for Nuhard, 28 I'm seeing there for Luis. He got Garcia is completely lost out this season. He's got 22, which is still ridiculous, or 21 I should say. 21 for Blázquez. Anyone else? Garcia only came in January and got 15 goals and assists in 24 games. Josh Liddell, 5 headed goals, and there's just some crazy numbers in and amongst this. What a season it has been for us, and ultimately we've gone on and won the Champions League, the Coupe de France, and the Ligue as well. Is there anything else to note? It's just crazy, these numbers. Do we want to take a look at the French Cup? I mean, we won 6 out of 6 games. It started all the way back here with where was it? Not Astana there. That would have been in the Champions League. Clermont Foot, a win there, a 9-1 win where Napa got his 7 goals. We also had a 6-1 win here. Where else were we? The quarter-final, a 3-2 win. A bit of an interesting game that one was. The semi-final, that 1-0 win, and then in the final against Nice. But what a season it was in the French Cup as well, defending that title. And we did win for the past 2 seasons, so that is 4 trophies in total, or 5 trophies I should say, with Saint-Etienne. Wow, that is incredible. We are into, is that the cup in next year, the Club World Cup? I can't even get my words out at this point in the episode. When is the Club World Cup? Let's go and take a look. 2041, so quite some time away. Yeah, not sure if we'll be here, probably not, but that's always cool for whoever will be there. But there you have it. We have done it. Saint-Etienne are treble champions, 31 wins in the league, 60 goal difference. I probably should stop about that. We had 95 point season in the league, 6 out of 6 wins in the French Cup, and we had a shaky start at the start of the Champions League. We even had a shaky pre-season, quite a few losses in there. I'm sure Verdun, former team from Switzerland, and Villarreal will be buzzing to know they denied us of some points in this season, or wins I should say, in pre-season. That is a very respectable effort from them. We went 6 out of 6 and a shaky start in the Champions League, but ultimately we came out and won, and ultimately our Champions League winners. That was just ridiculous. Let's have a look. We finished in 13th, 4 wins against teams including, will it show us properly? As you can see there, Star, Atletico Madrid, Ajax and AEK, all teams starting with A. I don't know if that's a bit of a theme going on. We drew to Newcastle, and the 3 losses were against some good teams as well. Liverpool, Juventus, and then Hoffenheim, which we had on that episode when we came on camera. Round of 16, it was, or the playoff. The playoff we had against Anderlecht, as you can see there. We had a game against Napoli where we drew against them in the first one, then pulled it back. Quarter final, 5-1 win against Monaco. It was 5-3 on aggregate against PSG, and then in the final, a 1-0 win. And we are Champions League winners, treble winners, forever in history. Saint-Etienne, what a club. We have done it. If you did enjoy that episode and enjoyed this series here with Saint-Etienne, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to go and join the Discord down below. I'll leave you all this little tune. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all wherever we are in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.